Usually. Alright.
Alright, so hey, what's up everybody? John Hansen here, and with me, and I haven't seen him in a while, is Chris Welty. He has returned on a very limited time on the channel. I know the last video we did was crap ton of customs I did for him back in the day.
That was 4 years ago.
Man, it's been that long.
Yeah, it was 4 years ago because you lived in that
farmhouse. Yeah.
You lived in that farmhouse just a couple miles outside of Broadhead.
Right, yeah.
That's the only way I remember that.
Yeah, so he's back again. He's gonna be featured in many possibly future project here in the next few months. So we're on this specific video. We're doing our top 5 figures of 2018. But what I mean by 2018, we're just being like whatever figures we got this year, pretty much. So whatever earlier like past releases that already been in the past that we finally got. That's what we got. So
yeah,
do the show, Chris.
All right, I'll start off. This year, finally got my custom. I'll make sure you guys can see it. My custom IDW atomizer that was done up by John here, and part of it is styrene. He did these.
No, it was no, there were transformer parts.
Oh, these are other transformer parts?
Yep.
Okay, I thought it was styrene. And then you did the bow and arrow.
Out of just some random parts.
Out of random parts. And this is made out of a Transformers Prime wheeljack with the IDW color scheme. That looks really well done. So if you want a custom IDW atomizer, this is the way to do it. So I'll make sure you can see that. See that right there? I've already gotten some good compliments on Facebook and Twitter with this one. People really like it. So that's atomizer, and then this one was not done by John. This was done by a friend of ours his name is Oscar Roman. This is a custom DevCon. I couldn't afford to get the Pirates vs. Knights. What was it? Pirates vs. Knights BotCon 2014 set, which had a remolding of Generation Scourge.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
I think it was a Generation Scourge mold with a different head sculpt. And they just repainted it to look like that. And that was about it. But this is again made out of a Transformers Prime wheeljack. Completely repainted. But Oscar did a phenomenal job. The gun is completely made from scratch. And I'm glad I chose the car because this actually looks better than a spaceship mode. Spaceship mode is cool, but this is really cool. And the blue, I don't know if you can tell, but some of that blue has pretty sparkles in it. I'd have to ask Oscar how he did that, but that's a really cool effect of how he did it. And yes, it does transform. All of his customs do transform. Now these two I got right before, about 2 weeks before DairyCon. I got these for my birthday. These are Pounce and Wingspan. These were also, I'll show them right there. These were also available at the 2014 BotCon Pirates vs. Knights box set. Or no, I take that back. These weren't in the box set. These were, when you got there, you could get these. These were attendee figure only. So you had to physically be there to get these.
Oh, okay. All right.
They didn't have these in the box set, but you could get these separately if you wanted to. I got both of these for $80 on eBay, and I thought that was pretty good.
Not a bad deal.
These are repaints of the Transformers Prime Viacon figures. And I learned something interesting. Apparently, Takara didn't release... Hasbro and Takara didn't release the Jet Viacons in America when Prime was out. So they only released it in Japan. But this one is one of the Jet Viacons released in America as an exclusive set. And same here is just a Prime Viacon mold. Really, it's definitely got like an early 90s color scheme.
Oh yeah, I can definitely,
late 80s,
tell.
Late 80s, early 90s color scheme. And then what you might not know is these guns here that are in his hands, those also actually turn into little mini cons.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So actually, I'll show you. And these do transform, and they look really cool. And I'll show you here. So this is the gun mode. That's the gun mode, and then take that, and then I think there was something else. Oh, no, I take that back. I gotta go back. Yep. And then you're supposed to be like the feet and the legs, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's an eye right there.
Oh yeah, I
It's
see
supposed to
it.
look like
Okay.
a lizard.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
because in the comic books. Oh, it does come off. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, so that's one of the mini cons. Looks like a lizard right there, which is really cool. And the other one does the same thing too, because in the comic book that came with the Pirates versus Knights, I think in some pictures, if you look, you'll see a couple of these things walking around on the ship, which is weird because they released Pounce and Wingspan, Captain Cannonball, which is my next figure here. This was, I think this Captain Cannonball was included in the set. I think. I might be wrong on that. But Captain Cannonball, which is basically a Transformers Prime, Ratchet, different head sculpts, repainted, same mold and everything. But again, some different paint and a different head sculpts. I really like this one. I think this was the other one I got on eBay right before DairyCon. I think I got him for like maybe $50, which for a club exclusive, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So it's not bad, but I think Captain Cannonball was one you could get him either in the box set or as an attendee figure. So there was Captain Cannonball, there was Pounce and Wingspan, there was Brimstone, there was Scorponok, there was Devcon, there was Flare Up and Flame War. There were a handful of others that you could get in the box set or separately in the box and out of the boxes.
Right.
So, and then the other thing too, though, was when you got that box set, you also got a couple of pins. You got a pin that had the pirate symbol, the Starseeker symbol, and then you had a pin that had the Knights of Cybertron symbol on it.
Okay.
And then you had the certificate of
Authenticity
that came with that box set. And then they had like a couple of T-shirts you could have, and that was about it. That was, if we could go back in time, that's the PopCon I would really want to go to.
Right.
Because it just seemed like a really cool, really different idea of pirates versus knights. But you know why they did that, though, is because that was the same year when Last of Extinction came out, and that was that movie was leading into the Knights of Cybertron.
True.
The Guardian Knights or whatever they were called. Plus, at the same time, the IDW comic books was having Rodimus and his guys look for the Knights of Cybertron to try to bring peace to Cybertron. So, that's why I like it so much. And then, of course, I got this one back in August. Took forever. This is a Masterpiece Soundwave figure I got on eBay for $50. And this is unfortunately a KO, but to me that still looks pretty good there. Oh, so it looks and feels like the exact same thing. And luckily this one has the red eyes, not the yellow eyes. And what I like about the KOs is they come with the individual opposable fingers. I love that, and his gun even looks great.
Yep.
It looks fantastic. So, yeah, that for me would be my top 5 figures, Transformer-wise, of this year. But what did you get this year?
Too much.
Yeah, I know.
Too much.
But you were like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you were.
Yeah, and then...
You really were.
You think that was bad? TFCon was worse. It was worse. But for my top five, most of my top five are probably like one up from him. But let's just get the show on the road. First up, I got the IDW inspired Deadlock by MMC Creations. This was like my last buy of when I was down at TFCon, so this was like that. Like, man, do I really want that? Like, do I? And I ended up buying it anyway. So it was.
It's interesting because his rifle looks like one of those Nerf assault rifles.
True.
It does.
Yeah, just a little
but
bit.
It's a good looking figure though.
Like out of everything from this mold that MMC did, they did the wing and the drift mold. They had the drift one and the wing one. I have the wing one back at home because it's different. It's not a car. The drift and Deadlock mold are pretty much the same. So I'm like, do I really want the same figure?
Do you think it would be possible to take a Transformers Prime Wheeljack and make that into a custom Deadlock figure? It's just an idea.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to do that. I was just spitting out an idea.
But yeah, this is Deadlock there. Pretty nice figure. I like it. Transformed it once or twice. And so the next one I want to go with is MP41 Dinobot. Now
that's so good looking. I'm surprised how big that is.
I know, right? It's just because and funny thing in Beast Wars, they were in the a few of the episodes there when they have the G1 the G1s crossovered. They were supposed to be like half the size of.
Oh, you mean the episode where they went into the Ark and they're all asleep? That was something I noticed right away. I'm like, wait a minute, they're only like half the size. I thought they were all the same size.
Yep.
But it's like, well, they are supposed to be these animals, so okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
But it's like, holy shit! Like, I really hope that was intended to be the half their size.
And funny story about when I got this guy. For one, I was having second thoughts of getting it. I watched reviews on it. Justin Lynette said about
TKO.
It. From TKO.
Shout out to those guys.
Right, hell yeah. Right now on episode 69 now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I was on this one site. I'm like, okay, looking on eBay, like almost $400. I'm like, no. Keep looking. Found him for the price that he went for on TF Source, which was $249. And then I found it on the site, and I'm like, okay, all right. I have it in my cart now. I'm getting paid the next few days and stuff. All of a sudden, out of stock. I'm like, son of a... Like, I missed it. I missed that last one. And then they did a restock, and I just like, mine. And I absolutely dig this figure. It's definitely one of those 90s nostalgia things. Because I wasn't very old enough to watch Beast Wars, but I did see a few episodes because my uncle watched... a lot of Beast Wars and Transformers growing up. So. And
this was one of the first shows on television to be done completely in CGI.
Yep.
It was this show, and it was this show and another show that I really liked as a kid called Reboot. Both of these shows were produced by the same animation company in Vancouver and Toronto. So the Canadians beat us to that. But the same year those shows came out, oddly enough, that was the same year Toy Story first came out. So computer animation was just starting to go on and take place.
Right.
But I think that was one of the things that made Beast Wars so successful was the fact that they're doing it with computer animation. Because it would have been interesting to see Beast Wars done in like the traditional G1 style animation. That would have been interesting, but...
Yep.
I think for the toys to make them look more appealing and the whole franchise to look more appealing and to kind of refuel the fire doing it with computer animation, I think was one of the things that made it so successful. So, little known fact.
Right, and next...
oh, you dirty dog, you.
Is MP39 Sunstreaker with I put that alien mask on just...
With real chrome.
Yeah, with real chrome.
You don't see that anymore.
Oh, yeah. This was one of those because I think I got it for like $100 on eBay, and I thought it was like I was telling Chris earlier. I thought like this is too good to be true. Too good to be true when he's actually a little higher price, and I'm like, This is the real deal. Like this is not a KO.
If I still really want to, I'll just get the KO version.
Yeah.
The KO version it looks exactly the same, but it's $50.
Yeah.
And that's not bad. It's not, if you have to, getting a KO is not that bad. But they re-released this figure in a police car.
Yeah, it's
that
called,
looked cool though.
They call it Kodan. I don't know, but it's like some really.
I think
weird
that
name.
was a Takara only exclusive in Japan at one point in time. Because I remember hearing the guys from TKO in an episode say something like that. I think it was either Justin or it was either JL or Bedbugs from TKO said it was a Japanese exclusive only.
Right.
At the time, which I believe. But that still looks great though. And I can see why
I do like that. I do kind of like the direction where the Masterpiece figures are going, but you got kind of the older ones.
Did you get the Chip Chase figure?
Yeah, it's.
Why didn't you bring him? That would have been fun.
True, I should have. But now you said something.
Do you remember all the jokes they were saying on TKO about the Chip Chase figure? They were bad, but so funny. Oh man, like we're going to hell for this.
Oh my God. So then I'm down to my final two here. I just don't know which one to grab first. Well, of course, probably the one I would grab first is probably like my favorite one that I got the entire year.
Was this the one you got at DairyCon?
Yes.
Was this This was the very first one you got at DairyCon?
Yes.
He was like a kid in a candy store. Because this was the first time you ever been to DairyCon, but this was like the third time I've been to DairyCon. Which was great. So shout out to DairyCon 2019. I am going.
Fuck you.
I know you can't go.
Yeah, I can't go this year. But yeah, it would have to be MP36 here. This is probably one of my... Because before I got him, I had a Apollyon, which was okay. It got the job done. It looked good with MP Optimus, but this just makes that presence. It's just phenomenal. The face-changing gimmick, the fusion cannon, everything looks very well proportionate, and in a way has that, like, we look at Dinobot, Sunstreaker, and then of course him. You look at them, they look pretty animation accurate.
Yeah,
like very dead on and dead close, and it just, this is like one of my favorites. It's like, you got that Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, and then it's like, I don't know which is which when it comes to Megatron. So
do you have plans to just stick with this Megatron or try to get a couple other different Megatrons?
No, I'm sticking with this one.
It just seems like there's this quest, and I'm sure other fans out there or whoever else is watching this, I'm sure we've all noticed there seems to be this quest from either the KO people, the third-party groups, or Hasbro or Takara to make like this ultimate Megatron.
Yeah, like the
that has everything on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing is like everyone is adding a little bit of details differently to their own figure, not just for legal reasons, but also to bring something different to the table. And the different details they put on it gives it a different depth. Mm-hmm. It's still Megatron, but I've noticed that arm cannon on his is that's like a dark gray. But I've seen others where it's just a pitch black cannon.
Well, it's actually gunmetal. It's a gunmetal.
A gunmetal gray.
Because a lot, you can tell there's like gunmetal, the grays. A lot. I know I've heard things that people were not exactly too happy of how of Takara the paint for the figure, and a lot of people did not like the back cable, which is not the most thing to complain about. It's still a great figure overall, and.
Cause see I would go with a Megatron figure like this, but I would want it where it has those engraved swirls you saw in the original.
Right, the original toy. Like, they actually did do another Megatron with the Generation 1 toy color scheme, including with the G1 toy head too, but with the interchangeable face.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that,
that's
cool.
I didn't know it could do that. Oh, because of the movie.
Yeah. And it also has the swappable chest with the battle damage, and same with the head.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
And, not only I was a kid in a candy store at DairyCon, I was even worse at TFCon. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. So, when I went to Dairy Con, there's a little story behind this. I got a DVD box set of Transformers Victory, and I'm like, okay, well, it had Optimus Megatron on it, and of course,
That was the Japanese
yes,
one, right?
it's a Japanese.
I got the I think somewhere over there.
yeah,
I got the
Headmasters.
Headmasters and Target Masters series.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'll watch, give it a chance, and honestly, I enjoyed the series. It was great, and it was different, except I had to read all the subtitles, but I was like, this is pretty good. Then one character in particular caught my eye, which he probably would have made a better Prime than Hot Rod. Just saying.
Mm.
But it would have to be MP24 Star Saber.
Now, is that the KO or third party?
This is the masterpiece.
Oh, that's a straight up
Yeah, it's
legit
just
masterpiece.
Straight up masterpiece. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
But it's got third party upgrades.
Yeah, it's got it's third party upgrades with the KFC hands, so they're the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and of course the joints also with it has that nice clicks and clacks, including the knees.
That just sounds so painful, though.
It's so satisfying.
But
Like it was worth
I
it.
guess that would be helpful if
yeah.
you wanted to do a stop motion animation with that.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing that click knows that position is going to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, okay, he's in this position. If I turn a little bit more, he's in a different position, which will help you animate it.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, just the show was. I like the show. I like the character, and I'm like, so.
Which made an appearance in James Roberts' More Than Meets the Eye IDW comic book series back about 4 years ago, battling Cyclonus, if I remember correctly, which was pretty cool. And then I think, I might be wrong, if I am, let me know on Twitter or whatever. If I remember correctly, I think Star Saber used to work for Lord Tyress as a bodyguard, fought Cyclonus. I don't remember exactly what happened, but then changed sides, joined Rodimus and Ultra Magnus on their journey to look for the Knights of Cybertron. I think that's how it happened. It's been about almost 4 or 5 years since I've read those comic books, so I might not remember everything in an exact detail.
Right. So, but yeah, that just kind of closes the end of the year video. This is my end of the year thing. Me and him are gonna be hanging out, just hanging shit like that. But yeah, if you there'll be links posted down below if you want to check this guy's Twitter out. His Twitter will be up on there. If you want to check mine out, it'll be on there also. And make sure you subscribe and follow on the TKO guys. And I'll be pumping out more content in the new year as much as possible, especially when on possibly my 4-month break from school, because I've been wanting to do a project for quite a while now. So he's gonna be part of it. Might talk to some other people that want to be part of it, and
why don't we give them a link to the new episode of TKO?
Yes,
down below.
The new episode. I haven't done a shout out to TKO in a while. Anyway, so link to TKO, the podcast, the new episode will be down.
I think it's coming. Well, by the time you watch this video, it'll come out either midnight tonight on Saturday or early Sunday morning or Sunday or tomorrow night. I don't know.
Right.
So at some point it'll be out. There'll be a link down below. And shout out to TKO and shout out to Small Peener. Big old Small Peener. So much salt, making it real big, like JC in Iowa. So, I got mine covered. You got yours covered.
This is John Hansen of J-Dogs Videos and More, signing off. All of you have a safe new year. Keep on rocking.